Only a small percentage of young people eventually attain financial security or fulfillment and actually improve their standard of living. The remainder of young people are in a constant financial rat race, living from hand to mouth and constantly being bombarded with emergencies that further sink or mess up their finances. And chances are you fall under this category. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 9 big money mistakes that about 71% of you will make this year. That is guaranteed to keep you among the population I just described. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Antwiwaa, a part-time YouTuber currently living in Accra, Ghana, with a passion for attaining financial freedom, getting into the best shape of my life, developing my mindset, all while working towards attaining and living my dream life. If it's the first time you are seeing this gorgeous face, you're welcome to the channel, and if the second or third time you are seeing my face and you haven't yet subscribed, this is your sign to definitely hit the subscribe button, and let's get into today's video. In my first year of being employed, I worked in an OK company here in Accra, and by the end of that year, I had no money to show for all the work I had done. All the early mornings and the late nights, I had nothing to show for it. My standard of living hadn't gotten any better, if anything at all. It had gotten worse, and I was very far from being financially stable. So I'm not just cooking up these mistakes from the top of my mind. They are mistakes that I have made myself and I've seen other people do. And I feel the responsibility to share these mistakes with you because I do not want you to miss out on identifying these mistakes and fixing them or avoiding making them in your life. I encourage you to watch the video all the way to the end so you do not miss out on any of these 9 big money mistakes. I share one very important lesson that will greatly influence your finances right at the end of the video, so you definitely want to stay tuned and catch that one very important lesson. The very first big money mistake that you are likely to make this year is not budgeting and sticking to it and not tracking your expense. Aside the fact that budgeting and tracking your expenses helps you apportion your income properly, it also helps you identify holes in your finances that are draining your money away. And these leaks or holes, if they are not attended to, can be the downfall of your financial freedom journey. The second mistake is picking quantity over quality. As I've grown older, I've realized that spending money on things that are of inferior quality just because I can get a good amount of them is one sure way of wasting my money. For the most part, these things do not last. They go bad and they require that you constantly replace them, which means that you're spending more money than you would spend if you bought just one quality item once and for all. Another big money mistake you may make this year is not having sinking funds. So you could have a sinking fund for your birthdays, weddings, if that's your thing, Christmas gifts, for your travel, or for buying your next car. It is very important that you put money aside for these special things that you may be planning towards or these events that may come up in your life, because if you do not do that and you suddenly have to make provision or buy gifts based on the money that you have, it may distort your finances and it may take a while for you to recover from that. Talking about impromptu purchases, another mistake that you may make this year is not build up your emergency fund. And your emergency fund is basically 3 months or 6 months worth of expenses that is meant to cushion you in case of an emergency or a mishappening in your life. Even though nobody wishes that any bad thing befalls you, it is a likelihood and you want to make sure that you're prepared for any incident of that sort. Another mistake that you may make this year is depriving yourself of pleasures due to money constraints instead of looking for ventures or other ideas that will make you more money so that you can enjoy these things that you genuinely enjoy. Yes, it is very important to be frugal and cut down on spending money on things that are simply wasting your money. But it is not a good thing if you are depriving yourself from the things that actually make you happy and keep you going. So instead of concentrating so much on cutting down and pinching pennies here and there, also try to look for other avenues that will make you money so that you can actually afford the good things and the nice things that keep you going and put a smile on your face. The next money mistake that you make this year if you're not careful is not putting money aside towards retirement. Don't think that you're too young to start saving and investing towards your retirement. Whether you're 18 or in your 20s or in your early 30s, it is very important that you start preparing financially for retirement. It may seem like you have more time to concentrate on that, but time is really flying, and before you know it, you're 30, 35, 45, or 50, and you haven't saved a dime towards retirement. So make sure that if you're employed, you follow up and ensure that your employer is truly paying out your contributions. If you're not employed, or even if you're employed, you can consider tier 3 options, or even on your own, you can consider investing in mutual funds or go to brokerage firms that offer retirement packages. Sign yourself up and start investing towards your retirement. Talking about preparing for retirement, another big mistake that you may likely do this year is not investing your money. You don't have to invest 50% of your money or 80% of your money. As long as you're making income and that income is able to cater for your needs, you can take at least 10% of that income and put it into an investment that will make money for you on its own. If you're making an income and it's not sufficient for you, you want to consider building and growing that income before you even get into investing. It is not wise to start investing when your income cannot even sustain you every single month. If you don't know anything about investing, or if you're new to investing, I have a video. I'm going to link it right here. You can tap on that video and learn the basics of investing and all the possible things you can invest in and how much profit you can make. So tap on the link right here. If you're interested in learning more about investing, I'm also going to leave the link in the description box, so you can check it out after you're done watching this video, because I still have that one very important thing at the end of the video that you do not want to miss. Another big money mistake that a good number of young people do is not having clear financial goals for the year. Most young people are just going with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. You only live once, and that sounds good. It's all fun and games until the year has come to an end and you realize that you haven't made anything for yourself. Your standard of living is the same, or it's even worse off than you started, and you do not have anything to show for all the work you've put in during the year. But remember to set realistic goals that you can break down into actionable plans. If you believe in the principle of giving, you can also be a little more generous this year, because I believe that the more you give, the more you receive. And if you're a Christian, you definitely want to make sure that you are all tapped into kingdom advancement, both prayers and into sowing into the ministry or the church in order to help promote kingdom advancement. There's a lot of blessing in tithing and sowing into the church. I promise you one very important lesson that will make all the difference in your finances this year and for the coming years. Are you ready? And that lesson is not quitting. Most young people start investing, don't see a huge amount of return, and they quit. Go to the brokerage firm, close their account, take their money back, and squander their money. But know that this financial freedom journey, or attaining financial freedom, doesn't happen in a month, 3 months, or even a year. It is a long-term journey, and if you want to reap the full benefits, you cannot afford to quit along the line. You have to be committed, consistent, and follow through all the way to the end. Quitting is not an option. I remember not too long ago, a young lady listened to my advice on investing, put her money into treasury bills, I believe, and after 90 days she made chicken change. She was very upset and terminated that investment. Came back to my video and said that she was never ever going to invest in anything because it's a waste of time, blah blah blah. Investing in treasury bills may not have been the smartest thing to do, but because one thing failed, it doesn't mean that all the other investments are a waste of time and you're just going to keep the money in the bank and enjoy your money because one thing failed. It would have been wise for her to learn a lot more about investment, interpret the fact that there's something called compound interest, and the more you can hold an investment, for the most part, the more profitable it can be for you long term. So make sure that no matter how things go with your finances, you are not one of those people that will quit, pack your bags, and keep it moving. If you tap on the video right here, you're going to get my step-by-step plan on how I intend to double my income this year. I believe that doubling your income is definitely one financial goal you can set for yourself this year. So if that's something that piques your interest, tap on the video right here. Listen to the plan I've come up with in order to double my income this year, and it may inspire you to also do that for yourself. I'll catch you in this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching. Mwah.